Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
You're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters, and welcome back to the Rock Show. And this week, it's another year in rock, and I've chosen a year that has a bit of significance for me, because I discovered some bands that have become part of my playlist for the show and for me personally ever since it's 2015. I'm going to start with a band that I saw, not by accident as such, but I wasn't expecting, at a Lordy gig. And it's Dirty Passion.
All of this was brought upon us in a single day.
I am calm. I am the owner of my actions.
And night fell on a different world.
From any act which I perform, good or bad, I'm there. I'm calm.
Self is under attack.
Bad Karma, from their third and self-titled album, Dirty Passion. Not long after the release of the album, they announced they were going on hiatus. They'd been touring extensively, and as I mentioned, they were supporting Lordy. When I saw them with my dearly missed late brother Neil earlier in that year, and they've been gone ever since. I do check in now and again just to see if anything's happened, but I've got a feeling the band's gone. But I live in hope. Another one of the fantastic acts that I discovered this in 2015 was Hailstorm. And if you're a regular listener to the show, you know I've been playing them ever since. This is I Am the Fire.
Am I brave enough? Am I strong enough to follow the desire that burns from within? To push away my fear, to stand where I'm afraid. I am through with this, 'cause I am more than this. I promise to myself, alone and no one else. My flame is rising higher. I am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a storm. And I am the one I've been waiting for, screaming like a siren, alive and burning brighter. I am the fire. I've been sacrificed, my heart's been cauterized, hanging on to hope, shackled by the ghost of what I once believed that I could never be. What's right in front of me? I am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a storm. And I am the one I've been waiting for, screaming like a siren, alive and burning brighter. I am the fire. I don't believe I'll fall from grace. Won't let the past decide my fate. Leave forgiveness in my way. Oh, take the love that I've embraced. I promise to myself, me and no one else. I am more than this. I am the fire. I am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a storm. And I am the one I've been waiting for, screaming like a siren, alive and burning brighter. I am the fire. I am the fire. I am the fire. I am the fire. I am the fire.
Hailstorm from Pennsylvania, and of course that was the voice of Lizzie Hale. Brother's a drummer and percussionist, that's R.J. Hale, along with guitarist Joe Hottinger and bassist Josh Smith. And that was from their third album, Into the Wildlife, and that was the first one I heard, and my word, I was hooked immediately. A mixture of hard rock, pop rock, alternative rock, and some adult-orientated rock in there as well. Some of the critics weren't so kind about it, but I think it's a fantastic album, and so is everything else they've released so far. Going to move on now to We Are Harlot. They're a hard rock supergroup organised by singer Danny Warsop of Asking Alexandria and Jeff George, who was formerly Sebastian Bach's guitarist. They've only got one album, and it's self-titled, but what an album. This is Dirty Little Thing. We Are Harlot, with their debut self-titled album released on the 30th of March 2015. I heard the previous release, the single Denial, in 2014, and I was onto that album as soon as it was released. Unfortunately, that's all there has been so far. There was news of a new album in 2017, which had already been delayed, but Worksop has rejoined his former band, Asking Alexandra. There was a tease of a snippet of a song titled Holding On Is Worse. And they did say that the band wasn't being sidelined in any way and that the new album would be released. It didn't come. And there's a little bit about the band not being on speaking terms on Wikipedia. So, I don't know what's going on. There was promise of a second album, but that debut is definitely one I go back to again and again. Another act that come forth with their second album in 2015 was Black Star Riders. Of course, the new recording name for the touring band of Thin Lizzy. This is the title track.
Promises we keep. The strength of the wolf lies in the pack, and loneliness can get you in trouble. Let's go feed the vultures down in this concrete jungle. There's a flag of inconvenience that flies above this town, where they build you up to touch the sky before they bring you down. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta die a little to survive. You gotta love with a killer instinct. You gotta hold a little to get back. The streets have burned since midnight. There's tension in the air. Another waste of time and laugh in another warlord's lair. Just one more shot in the mainland, straighter than a preacher's dream. All the animals come out at night. It's a sundown primal scene. There's a flag of inconvenience that flies above this town, where they build you up to touch the sky before they bring you down. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta die a little to survive. You gotta love with a killer instinct. You gotta hold a little to get back. There's no saints in the wild kingdom. You gotta prowl like a beast of prey. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta die a little every day. A killer instinct. You gotta die a little to survive. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta hold a little to get back. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta die a little to survive. You gotta live with a killer instinct. You gotta hold a little to get back.
The Killer Instinct, the title track to the second studio album from Black Star Riders, released February 20th, 2015. It was the first album to feature the new bass player, former Rat and Lynch Mob bassist Robbie Crane, who replaced founder member Marco Mendoza. the previous year. And they've just got better and better. Every album's been fantastic. And I don't want to take them off my playlist. Next up, possibly the biggest rock and metal single of the year, even though it wasn't a rock and metal song.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Oh, it's a beautiful song and a beautiful cover, I have to say. Certainly not something you expect from Disturbed. I won't say I'd forgotten about Disturbed, but I wasn't paying them any real attention. They hadn't had an album since 2010, and then bang, they come out with Immortalised. It was their fifth album, consecutive album, to get at number one in the United States Billboard 200 chart. They're only the third band in history to do that, after Metallica and the Dave Matthews Band. And of course that busted all the records of download singles. That's just fantastic, I love it. From Disturbed, we go to Bring Me the Horizon.
did. Got a hole in my soul growing deeper and deeper, and I can't take one more moment of this silence. The loneliness is haunting me, and the weight of the world's getting harder to hold up. It comes in waves, I close my eyes, hold my breath and let it bury me. I'm not okay, and it's not alright. Won't you drag the lake and bring me home again? Who will fix me now? Dive in when I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. Who will make me fight? Drag me out alive. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. What doesn't destroy you, I leave you broken instead. Got a hole in my soul growing deeper and deeper, and I can't take one more moment of this silence. The loneliness is haunting me, and the weight of the world's getting harder to hold up. It comes in waves, I close my eyes, hold my breath and let it bury me. I'm not okay, and it's not alright. Won't you drag the lake and bring me home again? Who will fix me now? Dive in when I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. Who will make me fight? Drag me out alive. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. 'Cause you know that I can't do this on my own. 'Cause you know that I can't do this on my own. 'Cause you know that I can't do this on my own. Who will fix me now? Dive in when I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown.
Drown there from the album That's the Spirit from September 2015. The track was released a year before as a promotional single, but I didn't hear it until I got hold of the album. That debuted at number 1 in Australia and Canada, and number 2 in the UK albums chart and the US Billboard Top 200. It's a band I hadn't really paid much attention to until Neil told me to have a look. Very glad he did. Another band I used to play a lot, having looked back through my records, but haven't played for a while, was Young Guns. I Want Out, the debut single from the third studio album, Ones and Zeros, from the 9th of June 2015. The only single from that album to actually chart, unfortunately. They're an English alternative band from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire. They've been working with each other in various musical interests throughout the 2000s. Formally formed the band in 2008. They haven't had an album since 2016's Echoes. So 2 albums in 2 years is a lot, but I do keep hoping. You never know, dear. Now, next act I played very recently for one of the... actual fact, it was the second of the 50 Shades of Rock. It's Slaves.
The people are freezing and the water is warm and the ice caps are melting. What will happen when they're gone? Will the experts look stupid and invert the facts? Will they give you back your donations or keep the paper stacks? The feeling is mutual. You don't like what we do because we say what we are thinking, and that shocks and frightens you. The lion in the jungle shows no shame, it shows no pride. It does what it needs to stay strong and to survive, yeah. Don't want it, keep smiling through your teeth. Oh, what is it? Your justice cut the hands of the thief. He was starving, his children were crying to be fed, and now they're falling and dying, but at least you are ahead. Just be patient, keep waiting, that's what they always say. But you're tired and you're aching and the pain won't go away. So stand up and speak out, see that your needs are met. Oh, the odds are against you, but please place your bet, yeah. You keep it, we don't want it. 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 And worthless, we're staring at the sun. Oh, it is reckless and pointless, but it's also very fun. It's useless and worthless, we're staring at the sun. Oh, it is reckless and pointless, but it's also very fun. It's useless and worthless, we're staring at the sun. Oh, it is reckless and pointless, but it's also very fun. It's useless and worthless, we're staring at the sun. Oh, it is reckless and pointless, but it's also very fun. You keep it, we don't want it. You keep it, we don't want it. You keep it, we don't want it. You keep it, we don't want it.
The Hunter, from their debut studio album Are You Satisfied, from June 2015. The album reached number 8 in its first week on the UK Albums Chart and was nominated for the 2015 Mercury Music Prize. They haven't had an album since 2018, so hopefully there'll be something new in the offing from them very soon. Of course, the pandemic's not helping and nobody can get out and perform. But again, hopefully very soon things will change. Now from a track from the album that brought Marilyn Manson back to his best. Third day of a 7-day binge from the Pale Emperor from 2015. He hadn't had a great album, in my opinion, since 2003, The Golden Age of the Grotesque. The albums that followed had good tracks on them, but they weren't an album I'd want to sit and listen to all the way through. I used to get bored. And then 2015 saw The Pale Emperor. And I managed to listen to a whole thing, and I loved it. And Heaven Upside Down in 17 followed, and that was great. And 2020 saw We Are Chaos, and again another cracking album. Great to see him back. Follow with something completely different from Nightwish. Weak Fantasy from the Endless Form's Most Beautiful, the 8th studio album by Finnish symphonic metal band Nightwish, released on the 25th of March 2015. It's an excellent album, and they have a new one released 2020. It's called Human to Nature, and I can't find it. I think I might have deleted it by mistake. I've definitely got to get another copy of that. Now for a band that made the news in 2015 for all the wrong reasons.
Arms, legs, toes and feet, lipstick and eyes, sneaky peeks, split tail, buttons and bows, pink butterflies on painted toes. I'm a skin-tight boogie baby right on top of the world. You're a skin-tight boogie baby, don't you stop, baby girl.
Yeah, everybody wanna hold my hand, gonna drag me off to a promised land.
You wanna go?
Baby, oh no,
You wanna go?
I don't think so. You just a dumb toad that run out of road, so you ain't going nowhere with me. Yeah. Closer still. Some boys they won't, but you know I will. Can I walk you home? Carry your books so you're not alone. I'm a skin-tight boogie baby right on top of the world. You're a skin-tight boogie baby, don't you stop, baby girl.
Skin Tight Boogie from the Eagles of Death Metal from their 4th studio album Zipper Down from October 2015. And as I said, they made the news for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't their fault. They were performing in Paris at the Bataclan when it was attacked by terrorists wielding automatic rifles, grenades and suicide vests. 89 people were murdered inside the venue. Still, a great album, and a great album cover at first glance, until you look at it a little more closely, and then it becomes ever so slightly disturbing. That's all I'm going to say. Next up, we've got a band who was described by Johnny Doom on Kerrang Radio as trying to be the Rolling Stones, which is a bit unfair, because they're Buck Cherry.
If you get close got the power. I got the punch, just give me an hour. Get up on that wheel, I'm rolling. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Is this a chain reaction? I see it play out in my head. I know the outcome, I'll be the first one at the end. I know that someone's got to lose. Yeah. I'm not that someone, I'm an outlaw, not a fool. I got the speed and I got the power. I got the pull, just give me an hour. Get up on that wheel, I'm rolling. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Is this a chain reaction? Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. One hit, control the action. I got the speed and I got the power. I got the pull, just give me an hour. I got the speed and I got the power. I got the pull, just give me an hour. Get up on this wheel, I'm rolling. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Is this a chain reaction? Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on back, bring it on, bring it on. One hit, control the action. Oh, bring it on back.
Bring It On Back from the album Rock and Roll, the 7th studio album from Buck Cherry, released in August 2015. And I did first hear them on Kerrang Radio, and I heard Johnny Doom being rude about them. Now, he's entitled to his opinion, of course, but my opinion is he plays an awful lot of horrible noise. And I decided to go out and buy this album just on the back of hearing a couple of tracks on that show, and I think they're great. And they're still going. They've still got, the latest album was 2019, which was Warpaint. And it's another great album. Confessions was a bit tricky. Far too much naughty language to play out on a regular show. But who cares? They're a great band. Now for the last, from a titan of the heavy metal world, this is Motorhead.
What do you want from your miserable life? What do you see in a future so bright? Get what you want, do what you can. You'll get no pussy if you're in a band. I don't
Thunder and Lightning from Bad Magic, the 22nd and sadly final studio album from Motorhead, released on the 28th of August 2015. The only song from the album that was played live was When the Sky Comes Looking for You. Lemmy would die only 4 months after the album was released and the band dissolved. But he still sounded in good voice on that album. And I remember an interview, I can't remember who it was he was talking to many years ago now, but he was asked how the band had lasted for so long, because they were around for 40 years. And he said, I don't know. We keep playing the same effing horrible noise and people keep buying it. Well, if he could have carried on making that same effing horrible noise, I'd have been quite happy. Motorhead, again, another sorely missed act. Well, time has rattled by. I've really enjoyed this show, but we're down to the last track. So you've been listening to The Rock Show, A Year in Rock 2015. I've been Ben Fuller. I'm going to leave you with Shinedown and Cut the Cord. Till next time, stay safe. Ta-da.
Radio Lewes. Local, community webcasting.